In today's video, we are going to be talking about how you can get perfect grades in school. These are the exact same tips that I applied to get multiple 100% in my courses. And listen, this is the secret stuff that the smartest kids aren't telling you. And if applied correctly, this will help you tremendously achieve perfect scores in all your courses. So to fully unlock the guides to perfect grades, you need to watch each tip very carefully because these will help you unlock your perfect scores. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So what is up YouTube? My name is Miles. I am your high performance coach and I make high performance videos on this channel to help you reach your maximum potential. So if you're interested in becoming the best version of yourself, consider subscribing.
Yes, sir.
So now the first step that you have to take if you want to achieve the best scores possible in your education is you have to increase your work ethic. 98% of the students who are the smart kids in your class are not smarter than you. What they do is they just work harder. They spend more hours on their homework, more hours studying, more hours reading the notes, and that's why they're deemed as these smarter kids. They were not born with the abilities to come out the womb and know that y equals mx plus b. They've learned it the same way you did. They just spend more time on it. So a big way, if you want to increase your work ethic, how you can start doing that in school is doing your homework. Your teacher is assigning you homework for a reason. There's a reason why a lot of your questions are given to you. So start applying it, start working harder. It starts today. So I'm a very strong believer that school isn't so much about innate knowledge, what you were born with, all right? It's how hard you work. So I want to share with you something very important that one of my mentors had shared with me. And it's understanding that what you put in is what you'll get out. So the same thing applies with school. The harder you work, the more effort you put towards your education, the better your results are. Now moving along to the second point on how you can achieve perfect grades in school is you have to prioritize your education. You see, sometimes you're gonna be hit with these situations where, all right, are you gonna watch 2 hours of Netflix or are you gonna spend an hour studying for your material? Now, if your response is the Netflix, you're not prioritizing school, you're not making it a priority, and that's why you're not getting the grades that you wanna get. So in order to do that is you have to make some sacrifices. I talk about this throughout my videos where sometimes you gotta say no to hanging out with some of your friends. Sometimes you gotta say no to watching 3 hours of Netflix, spending hours on social media, and dedicate that time for your education. Once you make your education something that has to get done, it's non-negotiable as a lot of people like to say, then it becomes a lot easier. You're really clear on getting your work done. Number 2, make sure you are prioritizing your education if you want to achieve better grades in school. Now this next point that I'm going to share with you is crucial, all right? And this is something that a lot of people don't do, and I can't understand why, but listen, let me break it down. If you want to propel and get better grades in school, you have to ask questions. Now there's so many different reasons why asking questions are amazing, but let me break it down for you. So you're in class, you don't understand the course material, and you're sitting there quiet. There's so many students that I've seen within my class and different classes that won't understand what the teacher is doing, won't understand what's going on, and just sit there quiet. You are literally suffering yourself when you're not asking these questions. You have to ask these questions. And a lot of people are scared to ask questions because they're worried that, hey, he's gonna judge me, she's gonna judge me. Listen, let me tell you something that I learned. You're not that important. And hold on, before you get upset with me when I just said that, what I mean is people aren't concerned that you asked the question. You know, in your head, you may think it's a silly question, but chances are that exact same question that you asked, 5 other people in the back of the room had the exact same question. They were just too scared to ask.
Yes, sir.
So once you start asking questions in class, it's gonna help you tremendously understand what's being asked, understand what you're actually doing. Now, a point on asking questions, it also shows to your teacher that you're engaged in the learning. There's nothing more that a teacher really values than a student who's putting an effort towards their work. And a lot of times, a way a teacher understands or finds out who those students are, it's those students that are asking the questions because it shows that they care and they want to understand to the best of their abilities. So listen, if you don't take anything from this video, I need you to start going into your class when you're unsure about certain topics, certain subjects, you gotta start asking questions. The last reason why asking questions is so important is because you're helping people around you. There's been ample amount of times when I'm in class and a student had asked a question and I was like, yeah, I had that exact same question. So in my head, I'm so happy that that person asked that question because now I understand, now they understand, and now 5 other people in the back of the class understand. You see what I'm saying? It's like a chain reaction. In a lot of my classes, I am always that student who's asking 3, 4, 5 different questions. If I don't understand, I'm literally gonna say, Miss, sorry, can you re-explain that? Sir, can you re-explain that? Because I don't understand. And it's helped me understand what is being asked tremendously. Now, something that is so important, so underrated, people take for granted every single day is networking. You gotta network within the classroom. It's no secret that a lot of the smartest kids in the class are friends with each other. They hang out after class, they're always working together. So why do you think that? Well, they're networking. It's so important that you have some people in the class. They don't have to be the smartest students, but people who put an effort towards your education, who are working hard. They will serve to you like mini tutors, honestly. When you have certain questions and you may not have the time to ask a teacher, maybe after class, you can send a message to your friend. You guys can get a chat going. You will learn from them and they will learn from you. So both parties are benefiting from this relationship, and it starts with asking questions. When you're networking with people, it's really, really important that you network with people who are on the same academic mindset or higher than yours. Because when you do, subconsciously, your levels, your standard of education is gonna rise. Number 1, you're gonna be helping them also rise. Number 2, and together you guys will just understand what is being asked so much better. So another point that I wanna add on trying to achieve perfect grades in school is you have to really understand what is being asked of you. This is an important concept. A lot of times people have this big argument that school is only based off of memorization, and it's how good you can memorize something for a test and then write it down on a piece of paper. But that is not true at all. School is about how well you understand what is being asked of you. Because when you understand what's being asked of you, you don't have to memorize the work. You don't have to memorize any of the content. From the moment you understand, you'll be able to provide so much more value in your answers, better responses, and just overall help you achieve better grades. Now, this point right here is gonna help you propel when it's gonna get rough. Listen, I would be lying to you if I told you that school isn't a challenge. It's definitely a challenge that pushes you academically, mentally, past new heights and new barriers. I totally agree. But the way you work through those challenges, the way you really stick it out with school and stay consistent is identifying your why. See, after you get these formulas and you start applying what I've just been telling you on how to get better grades in school, you're gonna be getting them, but after it's gonna come to a point where you may feel burnt out, you may feel tired, and you may ask yourself, what am I even doing this for? You have to have a why. Every single great person, great basketball player, great soccer player, great athlete has a why. There's a why of why they're doing this. So what is your why? I want you to comment down below right now, why do you want to get better grades in school? Not just for the grades. Is it because you want to get into your top university? Is it because you're trying to apply for multiple scholarships? Is it because it's going to help you get into med school, law school? Whatever your reason is, have that why in the back of your mind. Once you can identify your why, your how becomes so much easier. How you study effectively, how much time and effort you put into your work. Your why is also going to be the reason why you wake up every single morning and accomplish your goals. You're not going to question doing homework for so long because you already know your why. You know why you're doing this homework. You know why you're studying for 3 hours when everyone else is not working. You need to find your why, and I want you to comment down below right now, what is your why? One of the most important things about school and about achieving better grades within school is your mindset. Throughout this channel, if you guys have been watching my videos, I always end off my videos with saying, make sure to always believe that you will achieve. And this ties in perfectly with school and your education. You have to believe you can achieve perfect scores, strong grades in order to get those grades. Once you have self-doubt, once you have negative thoughts, trust me, you are not gonna get those grades. One of the best things I could tell you for that is when you're doing your work and you have these negative thoughts, snap out of it. Change your mindset quickly, because once you have those negative thoughts, it's going to become 10 times harder to do your work. Think positive. That's something that has propelled me from doing so well on a lot of my courses, doing so well on a lot of my tests, Once I start thinking negative, I have this thing where I don't want to do my work. I don't want to really do it. And it happens to everyone. Once you believe that you can actually get perfect grades, you can do it. And listen, if you're watching this video right now, that is a perfect sign telling you that you do believe that you can achieve better scores academically. I believe in you, but you have to always believe in yourself. Alrighty, YouTube, so that is going to wrap up today's video on how you can start to work towards achieving better grades in school. Now listen, perfection is difficult, especially in school, and you're not always going to get 100% in your courses, but that's okay. When you strive for perfection, or when you strive to become the best version of yourself, if you fall a little bit low, your standards were already set so high that it doesn't matter. You know, if you're aiming for 100% in a course and you finish with a 97, you still beat out the majority of your class. So if you got any sort of value from this video, I'm gonna need you to definitely hit that like button for me, subscribe for more content. I drop videos every single week, high performance content to help serve you to become the best version of yourself. So if that sounds like you, hit that subscribe button, join the family.
Yes, sir.
Now before I wrap up this video, I want you to comment down below, what tips are you gonna start applying to get better grades in school? Also, I wanna ask you, what are some of the things that you're doing right now that have helped you tremendously get better grades in school? So definitely pop those comments down below and I'll be looking for all your answers. And just remember to always believe that you will achieve.